Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. My name is Matty,
And my name is Benjamin.
and welcome back to the channel. We're so happy to have you here as always, and to do these updates once every week. And I don't want to waste a lot of time on the intro. Let's just jump straight into it in our weeks and what we have been doing so far. Anyways, from my part, I've been doing the good old job, my real work, as much as I can. It's been pretty okay, but it's been a lot of work recently. But it's okay. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I've learned that you can do a lot of things at my work, which is send follow-ups, do a lot of reading, and just learn how to actually sell and learn how to create these relationships so you're able to sell to them. It's been really nice. It's been a really nice journey, and I've been taking it really seriously these days. The reason, again, I've been taking it seriously is only because I want to improve my selling ability, and the only way to improve a selling ability is to actually sell to people. You can read a million books, but if you don't actually learn how to talk and do the talking in real life, you won't go anywhere. That's a pro tip for you guys. You can train as much as you can, you can learn as much as you can, but you have to put in the literal work and speak to people. Because it's not the way you think. You probably think that it will go, the call will go some way, but it just jumps into a whole nother realm that you never thought about, because you think everything in your head, but you forget the other part is like a whole nother being thinking in a whole nother way. So you have to adapt that. Anyways, again, that's just a pro tip. You can train with families, friends, and stuff like that. Or if you have actually a job that requires you to sell, you can train there and put in all your different kind of strategies. Again, it's very recommended. Other than that, I've been putting a lot of attention into reading my books. I've been reading a lot of pages these days, and a lot of meaty books actually, which is pretty nice. I highly recommend it again, to start somewhere. Start with 5 pages, 10 pages, and slowly get up every week to 12, 13, 15, 20, 25. Right now I'm over, I think, 30 to 35 pages range, which is pretty awesome. That's kind of like 40 to 50 books a year, which is pretty good. If you could do 40 books or 50 books a year, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. So believe in the compound interest, believe in every single day becoming a little bit better. That's all actually I've been focusing on this week and these few weeks actually. I don't know, you probably have heard it these few updates that I've been always talking about compound interest, being better 1% or even 0.1% every single day. As long as you are better for every day, then you have been doing something well. Or as long as you try. Because the worst thing to do is when you don't do anything. That's when you lose. That's when you actually lose. When you don't do anything. Of course, for one day it's okay. Everyone has a bad day. But if you consistently don't do anything, you are actually giving up. And you cannot give up, because as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't quit, you cannot lose. You cannot lose. Put that in your head. As long as you do not quit, of course you can take a pause. Of course, it's not recommended to take a pause. It's not recommended to do anything other than doing your best every single day. But as long as you don't actually quit, you cannot lose this. If you die in the process, then you die in the process. Dying in the process is absolutely the most honorable thing you can do. As long as you believe in what you're doing to 100%. Dying in the process is 100% worth it. No questions asked, nothing else. Nothing else to it, actually. Never let anyone laugh on your goals, on your dreams, or whatever you want to call them. You are there for yourself, and we're here for you as well. And that's why we're showing you this journey in some way, shape, or form, showing you how we get better for every single day, just a tiny bit, and how that makes a huge difference 5 years, 10 years from now. It's always what you do today that will make the biggest difference. That's everything that I've been focusing on this week, or these few weeks actually.
Exactly as my brother mentioned on our recent videos, we've been talking a lot about reading and how important it is, but reading alone isn't enough. But only reading is better than doing nothing. Because usually, as we've said, when you start reading 1 page, 2 pages, 5, 10, 20 pages every single day, and you go from easier to meatier books with more information and more different topics that you're interested of, you will eventually start to do actions on what the book says. Because if you're just reading 2-3 hours every single day, you're just doing motions, you're not really doing much, you're gathering information for nothing basically. But I'm sure at least that was how I started, and my brother, we were just reading every single day a lot, and that was basically it. And then one day I was like, I gotta do something, I can't just read, I need to do some actions, I gotta implement what the book says. And it just started there. It started with only reading to exploring what kind of business models there are and habits that I can do, and it all just developed from there. So reading is better than nothing, but only reading is not ideal for most people. So just make sure that when you read, implement the parts that you think will benefit your life and go from there. And if you just stick to it and are consistent, it will eventually spiral and you will develop into a much better person, or at least a more developed person in the way that you want to. Anyway, so when it comes to my week, what I've been doing is that basically I've been taking every single extra shift at my new job as I can, just to get some hours up and get more of an income. So I've been working a lot more on my job, and I've been working out a lot recently. And when you have a job where you're standing up all day and you're running around and you go and work out, it's not really the funniest thing, and it does hurt, or when you get sore, it's not very fun to go to work, but it is what it is.
Exactly as my brother said, stuff is not fun sometimes, especially when you have a lot of things going on. But show up every single day. That's the biggest thing. That's what decides if you're a loser or a winner, if you actually show up every single day. Do your best to show up. As mentioned, nobody likes this. If somebody out there said this is actually fun, they're lying. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't find the fun in the game. You can find fun things, but you have to understand that it's devotion, waking up early, staying up late, doing it every day consistently.
Anyways, that's been everything for this update. And if you guys got some value from this, and if you can relate to it, then we're really happy. And we do hope that you enjoyed this video. And with that said, we hope you have a very great day.